Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ken Plays Terraria. I am Ken, the cleric if you prefer, and so you can see I've already gone ahead and built the 2 rooms, and I waited for you guys before I popped the doors on, so let's go ahead and do that. So excited to have the goblin if you can't tell. He is awesome, so glad to have him. And I did mention that we are going to start going outward with our tower here in a little bit. You know, once we need to, we'll certainly be doing that instead of so much upward. You know, I don't know how much of that I'm going to do off camera. It might be a little tedious. I am going to, you know, demolish some of this stuff down here. As I said, later in the game when we have the enemies that can climb the walls, I don't want them having any opportunity to do that. And I fear that this level here is probably still going to be within their reach, and possibly even this level as well. So what we may do is actually, as much as it pains me to do so, we may cut off basically everything below this level and then add it again upwards and outwards, and you know, we'll get ourselves a nice big house. I mean, it's going to have to be pretty massive because not only do we need room for all the NPCs, but we're going to need a lot of room for our stuff as well. I mean, we're moving into this world. We're taking over. We are going to Wally World and buying all sorts of furniture and stuff. By the way, that is not where I prefer to buy my furniture. I don't necessarily have anything against Wally World, other than the fact I don't really like to shop there. Nothing against those who do. It's just, I don't know, it's always crowded. I don't like crowds. I really do not enjoy crowds. I don't know why that is. You know, my mom's claustrophobic. Not sure if that's really genetic. Could be. Or maybe I just have kind of a predisposition to feeling that way because, you know, of how my mom felt, you know, while we were growing up. I may have picked up on some of that. I'm not claustrophobic though. I had to have an MRI done probably about 10 years or so ago, quite a few years ago, and had to get up early to do it. I messed up my back, but it's better now, thanks for asking. And had to get up early, had to drive to a hospital that was not necessarily close, and it was raining outside. So one thing you'll find out from me is I really enjoy my sleep, and I don't enjoy giving it up. So I had to get up early. I went in, it was rainy. I'm tired, sleepy more than tired. And all right, we got our dryad. Chrissy's. Well, that's the best I can do with that name. And got into the MRI. It's nice and snug. I fell asleep in the MRI, which is no small feat if you've ever been in one, because that thing just pings and dings and is super duper loud. And I dozed off. The next thing I know, the lady's coming over on the intercom saying, you're all done, time to get you out of there. Okie dokie. So yeah, that's pretty much me and small spaces. I really enjoy them. I did though once. I was training to do satellite installation. It was one of my jack of all trade experiences early in life. I guess about 7 years ago, and we went to this house, and they had to run some wire underneath the house. And to get under there, there was only like one way to get under there to where we needed to go, and there was a drain pipe blocking it. I'm pretty sure it was a drain pipe. And to get underneath the drain pipe, I had to exhale all of my air and shimmy under it. And that was scary as all heck. I let out all my air and I started moving forward, and then I stopped moving forward, and I got underneath it to a point where you realized you can't inhale at all, and you start to get a little panicky. And yeah, that's what I did. I got a little panicky, and I died. And so this is me recording from beyond the grave. No, I made it. I shimmied forward, but it was frightening. It was not an enjoyable experience. She does not really have anything that we need at this moment. Oh, but as I recall, get up there. If you guys remember, we had our traveling merchant, and he was chilling up here, and now he's not. We'll look at the map. The map will usually show where he's at. Oh, is he gone? Guys, I did leave the game, and, you know, I left, I saved, I came back. Apparently, that's enough to cheese off the merchant and make him leave. So, there's that. Didn't really mean to upset the guy. I probably would have maybe looked at his wares. I can't promise I would have bought anything, but I definitely would have looked at it. I've noticed that he has a lot of stuff, I guess, would be from the Orient as his wares, which is pretty cool. Because I definitely, as most proper nerds are, very fond of Japanese media, at least in regards to the anime. You know, I like kawaii stuff. I like chibi. I like, you know, my first anime experience was Dragon Ball Z, as I imagine probably a lot of people's, and I really enjoyed that. So, as I'm talking, what am I doing? Well, I'm just kind of going back to where we were. I want to make sure that we go further down if we can. Because the further down we go, the more likely we are to find good things. And that's what we're on the hunt for, ladies and gentlemen, are good things. And good people, too. Good NPCs. Because that goblin find, awesome. You really don't even know yet. Just the rocket boots. I mean, yeah, 5 gold, but frickin' rocket boots. Come on, that's great. And as soon as we get the money, he's got a workbench that we can buy. And the workbench will allow us to combine some items. I don't know exactly what you guys can hear, because I've got headphones on, so I don't know what all you can hear, but there was a loud crash in another room, and that's not cool. That's once again the cats. You know, we talked about this last episode, Midnight Madness. Well, I'm still recording on the same night, and they're still having their poorly timed madness, as it is not midnight. We still have a while to go, ladies and gentlemen. They don't care, though. Hello, good sir. Now, you realize this is my house, right? You just helped yourself, came right in the front door. I don't appreciate it. In my world, there is a stand your ground law, and if you come into my house, well, I'm going to pound you into the ground, and you can just stand there. Going this way, I see maybe an opening, some flashing lights. You know, might be good. Oh, get off of that. I can't wait till we get to the point where those guys are nothing to us. It'll be nice. Promise. How do we get to that point? Well, we defeat our second boss. I haven't mentioned, or at least, I can't remember if I mentioned him by name. I'm trying not to. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who maybe hasn't played the game. So I won't mention him by name. It's not like Beetlejuice. He's not going to show up. That means we have 2 more instances in which we can say the B word, though. So we're going to have to be a little careful. But we defeat him. And then we defeat our third boss. Now, our third boss is hanging out by the dungeon that we found. And in order to gain entry... Boy, you know what, Yoshi? You don't need to be coming flying up on me like that. That is scary. I thought you were something about to get me. Anyway, as I was saying... Third boss guarding the dungeon. We kill him, we can get into the dungeon. Good things in the dungeon. But then comes the fourth boss. Now, fourth boss, you know, we're going to want some stuff before we're going to feel comfortable fighting the fourth boss. Honestly, we're going to want some stuff before we feel comfortable fighting the second boss, let alone the third boss, and we're just not there yet, folks. I'm not trying to build up drama or anything like that, but I played this game quite a bit I'm no expert at it, but I think I've put in enough hours to where I can say we're just not where I feel comfortable fighting the other bosses. And, you know, we can fight the other bosses, but I'm not looking for a super long, protracted battle either. Really what I want is something that's going to be fairly decisive and in our favor. If we go right now, it might still be fairly decisive, but not in the way we want it to be. So, let's walk before we run. I think we're already past the crawling stage, so that's good. And these guys can just go away. Yeah, buddy. Love me some rocket boots. How is that? You like that, guys? That is the second trap I've come across that I didn't trigger. That's something else. And we've got a heart over here. Is this a rock heart? The reason I ask is I don't know if it's Nick that's handing those out or not. Anybody that's a fan of Broccoli Smile, he is another YouTuber that I really enjoy. Probably got one of the better voices for YouTubing video games, I'd have to say. And you know, it's definitely not the same as like as a Northern Lion. He's got more of a deep voice, kind of like Bear Tappy. And you know, I'm just name dropping, obviously. Not that I know any of these people firsthand, but I watch more YouTube than I do my television, and I should probably cancel my cable subscription because it's just going to waste. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a weird thing. I think we can all agree that that's maybe not the norm. But you know, YouTube, it's the new medium, guys. Did I popped that crystal. Yeah, I popped that crystal. Anyway, Broccoli Smile, really cool. Does a whole bunch of indie stuff. And I mean like some indie stuff. Weird stuff. Today we saw one that was about digging out of a womb, and it wasn't so much a game as a narrative experience. Interesting, to say the least. No, I don't know about interesting. Different. I think we can go with different and be safe with that adjective. But Nick is great. He does a lot of indie impression stuff. He does some nostalgic gaming, like some Super Nintendo stuff, which I thought about. I definitely want to do some nostalgic gaming. Absolutely. But I'm kind of mad at Nintendo right now, and I don't really want to touch any of their product as far as doing a Let's Play, because they're being kind of douchey with the YouTubers. And it's really sad. They're not wanting to let the YouTubers do Let's Play, which is basically free advertising for their product. And it's my understanding, I think they want the YouTubers to pay them to do their Let's Plays, which I don't think they quite understand. That's a terrible idea. And I think they want control over what people say about their games. I kind of get that a little bit. It's kind of, it's kind of like something you do in a dictatorship, but, if you had a country run on video games. But, I don't know, it's not good practice in my opinion, and I don't want to support that. I love Nintendo, they've got some great stuff. It's not necessarily my go-to gaming company. I do prefer Sony. I haven't had any of the new next-gen consoles yet, so no PS4, no Xbox One. To do that requires money, and we're just not quite there with the budget. But with that being said, I've got a PS3, I've got a Wii U, I've got an Xbox 360, got all that good stuff. And my go-to gaming device, quite honestly, is the PS3. I think it's great for, it's what I watch all my YouTube on, first of all. And it works great for that. Secondly, Really didn't enjoy the fact that for a lot of Nintendo stuff, you had to have like a gold membership if you wanted to play it multiplayer. And that's fine. If you want to do your business model that way, you know, that's fine. You're Microsoft. You have lots of money, and you probably didn't make it all by writing checks. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know. I enjoy, if you're going to give me options, and one of those options is to play the same game on the PlayStation 3 multiplayer if I choose, without having to pay you a monthly subscription, I'm probably going to take that option. I am just saying. Saw that gold up there. Anywho, thank you guys for listening to my ramblings, because it does kind of make some of this tedious mining go a little bit faster. Oh, that is such a sight for sore eyes. To be in a part of the map that is not completely ice covered, I can't tell you. And I know it's all gray and brown, but still, it's a thing. Let's hang out here for just a second. Ah, guys, that's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of digging it. You need a break from all the blue. You really do. Not really seeing much of anything up there that's interesting. Now back into the blue we go. Hey, heart, cool. And you're dead. You're gonna be dead. You're gonna get in my belly, along with the other guy. There we are, guys. We've hit the cap. We have hit the cap. We're right there at the threshold between biomes. Now, what makes a biome in this game is simply the number of a particular block that's in an immediate area. So you can create your own snow biome. You go grab a whole bunch of snow and ice, what have you. I'm not sure which one it is that you need. Maybe either or. And you take it and I think the number's like 50 somewhere in there, but you can make yourself an artificial biome if that's your thing, and it is the thing for a lot of people. Matter of fact, building an artificial mushroom biome is viable. So we're just gonna throw down a couple of bombs, because I think that would tick the slime off. And we've got the bombs, so, you know, why not? Hey, there we go. Okay. What do we have here? I mean, I see all that gold. Do I want to try to drown getting it, though? You know, not so much. Yeah, buddy, I've got rocket boots, and you do not, sir. Is that... Nope, that is not a chest. Okay, fine. I love that some of these boomerangs do light up the immediate area. That's pretty good. Okay, let's come down here, because there does appear to be a down there. I'll tell you something that's terrible, guys. You know, we speak on these tangents because, you know, sometimes it's just entertaining to do so. But then I forget about what we were talking about, which is terrible. I would take ginkgo biloba, but I keep forgetting to do that. That's a joke, actually, guys. I do remember to take my ginkgo biloba. It's just not working, apparently. Did I take it today, though? I didn't take it today. Maybe that's my problem. I don't take it for the memory, though. I take it because I just kind of feel better when I do. And if that's a placebo effect, that's fine. Whether, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a real effect or a placebo effect, it's working. Honestly, the reason I take it, it's a little self-medicating, which I don't recommend at all, really. But, you know, I'm me, so I'm the only one that's going to tell me no on that, I guess. But I take it because it helps with blood pressure. It thins out the blood a little bit. And, you know, mine does run higher than I want it to. We're not at critical levels, but it's just, I would like it if it ran a little lower, and that's just kind of what I've been trying to do. And I feel better on the days when I take it. That's good enough for me, you know. There are a lot of people who are totally into that kind of stuff. A lot of people who are totally against it. Some people on the fence. I suppose I'm under the opinion that natural remedies, you know, as natural as shoving a plant inside a capsule and selling it at the grocery store is, medicine, for the most part, a lot of it's derived from plants anyway. It's just, you know, processed and manipulated, and that's fine. A lot of that works. So if I'm getting something that's a little closer to the source, you know, not refined, which I am so not granola, and if you are, that's fine. I don't mean to offend you with that term, but the simple fact remains, I just kind of look at things as a case-by-case basis, and if it works for me, I use it. If not, you know, I leave it. That's kind of where I'm at with that. I've been taking it since last, oh gosh, I guess September, October, somewhere in there, and I like how I feel after it, so I'm probably going to keep taking it. Okay, see, you're a bad person. You're a bad person, and I have arrows. Oh, and they're like not doing anything to you. But I can jack that guy up. Okay, down we go, guys. I know we really haven't found a whole lot. And it's sad. But hopefully we've had a good conversation. I enjoy your company. You should definitely come back. Come back for the next episode. I'm sure things will probably be a lot more exciting. And we're not quite there at the point to wrap this one up yet. But when we do, ladies and gentlemen, when we do, I'm not going to teleport back to the house. We'll stop this one and start a new one. How's that sound? That way we don't have to go through all the tedium involved with finding this tunnel again. And if there's one thing I'd like to avoid, it's tedium. Am I going to go after that Crimtane ore? Yeah, probably. Am I happy about it? No. Is it a compulsion? Yeah. The reason being, we're just at a point in the grand scheme of things where we need better stuff. And the Crimtane, you saw we only have, what, 8 bars? That's not a lot, man. So every bar is going to matter right now. Dumb damage. Dumb damage to a dumb guy. I'm not always dumb, but I was dumb in that situation. Okay, so we'll keep going down. Okay, it's opening up a little bit. No, it's not. So this game, a little bit easier when you're playing with 2 people. You know, obviously the bosses are going to be easier, but the mining, you know, it just takes 2 blocks. 2 blocks, a left block and a right block to get out of your way, and you can go down a level. When you have 2 people, you can have one person managing the left and one person managing the right, and that fixes that up pretty quick. You can get a good team going down. Let's try a boomerang here. I hate going up, because going up means the stuff might not be as good. But I'll go up if there's a big open area. Yeah, I left that emerald back there simply because it was just 1 emerald. And did I not just give an argument as far as, you know, just picking up the little bit of ore because every little bit counts? Because if I said something like that, then that would be highly, highly hypocritical of me, right? Get out of here, bat. You are really testing my patience and our HP limit. Okay, so here we are in a little nook. I think this might be a good place to kind of wrap this episode up. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your viewership. You have no idea how much. So please, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Let's grow this audience, and share on Facebook, because for each of you, there might be one other person who really enjoys watching this kind of stuff. And if we do that, the audience will grow. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.